Hey guys, welcome to this week's video. We are talking about cellulite. We're going to talk about cellulite treatment. So welcome to my channel. If you haven't been here before, we talk about everything medical and healthcare related, and we always look at the evidence before we talk about any of the information in every single video. So you know you can trust the information that's coming out. Also, please remember this video is going to be quite long. It's going to be jam-packed full of information. So as always, I'm going to chapter it in the description below. So if you want to find any specific piece of information, feel free to click on the description, click on the relevant chapter and watch it. However, as I always say, I would highly recommend you watch the entire video. That way you're going to become a cellulitis pro. Also, lastly, before we begin, if you find any of this information helpful, if you learned something new today, please don't forget to click that like button because it's going to help me and it's going to help the video grow, so it's going to be available to more and more people around the world. Now let's begin. So first of all, let's begin with the simple basics. What is cellulite? Because it's really important that we first understand about the condition, about cellulite, and then we can understand the treatments behind it. However, please do remember, cellulite is nothing bad. Don't go for whatever you might see on social media or on TV or anything like that. It's nothing bad. It's completely normal, okay? Both men and women get cellulite. It is very, very normal to get it. About 80 to 90% of people get it. It's actually less normal not to have cellulite. But if you want to find out more information about what you can do to help with the appearance, to reduce the appearance of it, then we're going to talk about that as well. Now, cellulite describes when the skin in a certain area is a little lumpy, a bit dimpled, sometimes I say a bit like an orange skin type appearance instead of the smooth appearance that we're used to. Now, cellulite can happen in different places, but the most common places are the thighs, the buttocks, and the abdomen. So the next question is, why does this happen? Why do we get cellulite? I'm going to try and explain it quite simply to make it easy to understand. Imagine your muscle, okay? This is the muscle layer. On top of that, you've got your fat. So that's two layers. Then on top of that, you've got your dermis, and on top of your dermis, you've got your epidermis, which is your outermost layer of skin, okay? So this bit is your epidermis, okay? Now, between the epidermis and the dermis, there's something called connective tissue, and the connective tissue, imagine it like a rubber band. It's like fibrous, and it connects the two together. So now that we understand the different layers of the epidermis and the dermis and the connective tissue, sometimes for some unknown reason, this connective tissue can shorten, it can change, the way it acts can change a little, and then it causes the cellulite appearance, so that lumpy look that we all know about. Now, no one knows exactly what the triggers are for cellulite. There's loads of different theories out there, but none of them have been proven yet. Some people believe a diet high in carbohydrates can cause it. Some people believe that obesity can cause it. Some people believe that sitting for long periods of time can cause it. And then we've got genetics and we've got hormones that could affect it. There's loads of different theories out there, but unfortunately no one actually knows exactly what the cause is. Now, even though cellulite is harmless, unfortunately due to all the pressures from all the social media these days and edited images and filtered images to give the skin this appearance, which is frankly unnatural, to be honest. There is so much pressure on people to try and improve their skin, or they're not happy with the cellulite appearance, but like I said to you, it's completely normal. Up to 90% of people will get cellulite. So I think we do need to do something about changing the stigma about it, but obviously it is something that can affect people as well, and I understand that, and that's probably one of the reasons why people are watching this video, and it can affect your self-esteem. So I really do hope that these tips do help you. So I think the best way to structure this video is we're going to first begin with home remedies and things that you can do at home that do have some evidence supporting them that are going to help. And then afterwards, we're going to talk about cosmetic treatments. But please remember, okay, in terms of remedies and treatments at home, there is nothing really that is 100% going to get rid of cellulite and completely rectify it and make it back to normal where the skin is looking completely flawless, okay? There's nothing like that. There's no creams, there's no treatments like that at the moment. There are cosmetic options that we're going to talk about that can get very close to that. But in terms of remedies and creams that you might see online that people are going to sell you and advertise to you, okay, please, please, please don't fall for these tricks, okay? We're going to talk about evidence-based stuff now, but don't fall for the stuff that's this miracle cure that you rub on this cream and after like 2 seconds you rub it off and you know what? Bam, it's gone, okay? Because none of that exists. So I just want to be completely open and honest with you. As a healthcare professional, I feel like it's my duty to be completely open and honest with you. And in this channel, we've always been like that. So I just thought I'd give you a little disclaimer right at the start. So let's begin with tip number one. Remedy number one is all about a tip that you can do straight away, right now, even when you sat down watching this video, and that's massaging the area. Now, there is little evidence that the level of massage you can get from using your hands is gonna have that much of an effect on the cellulite. However, there is evidence that just doing a massage daily can help temporarily improve the appearance of skin that has cellulite. So I guess that is tip number one. It's free to do. You can do it whenever you want. Obviously be gentle, but by massaging the area, you're gonna help with the blood flow in the area. If there's any fluid there, if there's any fluid that's left there, it will move out of the area or distribute it more evenly, and it's all gonna help with the appearance of the cellulite. It's a temporary fix. Obviously it's not a long-term fix, but it's definitely an easy one that everyone can do. Now, moving on to tip number two. The first few tips that we're going to talk about are all things that you can do right now without having to buy anything. We're going to talk about creams and all that sort of stuff next as well. So tip number two is all about exercise. Again, this is something that is free. It has multiple health benefits, not just cellulite related, and it's a change that you can make even right here, right now. Now, studies have shown that regular exercise can give promising results as it helps convert fat to muscle, which can help give the skin a firmer appearance. Now, some sources recommend twice a week strength training to help sculpt the body, using specific exercises like lunges, squats, and hamstring curls to focus on cellulite prone areas, but I will leave loads more information and links on how to do these in the description below. Now, moving on to home remedy number three. The next thing that you need to do is if you have a high BMI and it's not in the normal weight range, you need to try and lose weight to try and come into the normal weight range. This is going to help with the appearance of cellulite. However, there are some theories as well that losing too much weight, if you've got a relatively high BMI, can leave the skin to be a little looser, which might make the appearance of cellulite worse. So it's a bit conflicted, this, but the American Association of Dermatology have done research on this, and they have said as well that in fact losing weight to the normal range, not excessive weight loss, just losing weight to the normal range, is actually one of the best things you can do to help with the appearance of cellulite. So I'm going from their research as well. Now, if you would like more information on how to lose weight, on healthy, easy ways that you can lose weight, I have loads of videos on them. I think we've got over 20 million views on them. They've helped so many people around the world. We're looking at evidence-based stuff that you can do to help you lose weight without these fad diets and all that sort of stuff. It's the healthiest way that you can lose weight that we discuss, and it's helped loads of people. So if you want more information on that, I will leave links to it up here and in the description below. Feel free to check it out whenever you finish watching this video. Now, moving on to remedy number four. Remedy number four is all about your potassium intake. Now, this isn't a reason for you to go out there and buy a potassium supplement or anything like that, because too much of potassium can be really, really harmful for you and can actually be fatal as well. Now, what I'm trying to say about this is there are theories out there that having a good amount of potassium, a normal amount of potassium, can help with the drainage of fluid within your system. And again, one of the causes of cellulite as well is a fluid buildup, and it's not moving properly, so we're getting this sort of swelling underneath the skin that's causing the cellulite as well. So having an adequate amount of potassium in your system could potentially, theoretically, help to reduce the appearance of cellulite. Now, you might be thinking to yourself, well, how do I increase my potassium? Well, it's very easy. You need to just think about it. What are you eating in the day? Are you having lots of healthy foods? Are you having lots of home cooked foods? Are you having lots of vegetables, okay? Vegetables are really, really, really high in potassium, a lot of them, and so are some fruits. For example, like bananas, really high in potassium, avocados, high in potassium, sweet potato, great potassium content, tomatoes, they've all got potassium in them. Obviously, I'm not saying have mountains of them all, a normal amount that you would always have, but making sure these are included in your diet could potentially help with the way that the fluid is moved around in the body. Basically, potassium, sodium, all these sort of ions basically help to move about our bodily fluids within our cells and out of our cells and all this sort of stuff. It's quite complex if we go into it. It's going to make this video really, really long. But all I'm saying for remedy 4 is make sure that you're having a healthy, balanced diet that includes lots of fruits and vegetables. That's the most important thing. And moving on to remedy number 5, unfortunately, like I said at the start of the video, there are a lot of things out there, products that claim to fix cellulite and improve the appearance suddenly, and like I said, you whack this cream on and boom, it's gone, okay? Let's talk about the evidence-based stuff. The main thing that I'm going to talk to you about today is retinols, okay? Don't go out buying all these random creams and stuff, okay? Retinols are probably your best option because they have the most evidence supporting them, and I'm going to tell you why. So of the creams that are available, retinol-based creams seem to have the best results in terms of evidence. Some studies have shown that with at least 6 months of use, it has the potential to thicken the skin and help create new connective tissue, which can lead to helping reduce the appearance of cellulite. But its long-term benefit is actually unknown. Now with retinol and all retinoid-based creams, please do remember that women who are wanting to get pregnant, or women who are pregnant, or who are breastfeeding should avoid these products. Also, you will need to speak to your healthcare professional before you get these products, so it's super important that you speak to them just to make sure that you're safe and suitable to have them. Okay, so I hope you're finding this information useful so far, and like I said, if you found any of this information new or useful or helpful, please don't forget to click that like button because it's going to help me and it's going to help the video grow. So next thing I want to talk about is we've spoke about home remedies and treatments that you can do like that. And the next thing I want to talk about is cosmetic treatments, because that is the next stage forward. If you're looking at cosmetic therapies, I'm going to talk about the different types of things that you can do and the actual research behind it on how effective they are so that you can make a better decision. Obviously, you will have to speak to your healthcare professional about them, but it's good to know about these things as well. So the first treatment I want to discuss is laser treatment for cellulitis. It is FDA approved and research has shown it can be effective for up to 1 year at helping with the appearance. So if you can afford it, then the research does support it and it does work quite well. Now, subcision treatments where small holes are put into the skin have been shown as well. Research has shown that they can actually be more effective and help to improve the appearance of cellulite, and also can be effective for up to 2 years. Now, FDA approved subcision treatment does exist, but please remember when they're coupled with something called vacuum assisted suction, this can help the appearance of the cellulite last even longer. So remember we said 2 years for it on its own, but when it's coupled with the vacuuming, it can last for up to 3 years. Now, all of these 3 therapies that I spoke about so far are quite invasive, so they do have side effects and problems that are associated with them as well. That's why it's really important that you do speak to a healthcare professional about them so they give you more information, and do your own research as well to find out more about it, how it's done, what kind of side effects to be aware of, and how long they're going to last. Obviously, the results can be seen very quickly, okay? Once they're done, the results can be seen very quickly, but you need to be aware of the side effects that are associated with it as well. Now, the last cosmetic treatment that I want to discuss is called acoustic wave therapy. This one isn't invasive like the other 3, so there's no cutting, there's none of that sort of stuff, so it's a non-invasive procedure, and it can be done by a licensed technician, so it doesn't have to be done by a cosmetic surgeon or anything like that. And studies have shown that up to 89% of people who have had acoustic wave therapy are generally very happy with those results. Now, the only downside with it as well is that it can take a few treatments for it to start to show its effect. So that's the end of the cosmetic treatments, and we now know all about the home remedies that you can do, but please do remember, you are perfectly beautiful in your own skin. If you don't want to do any of these, don't do it. This video is just for some guidance, some information if you're actually really interested in finding out. But please remember, cellulite is completely normal, and we need to get out of this idea that the social media companies and photos that we see in magazines and papers and all that sort of stuff are filtering and editing and making things unnatural, because it's such a normal thing. Up to 80 to 90% of people get cellulite, and it's just normal. It's not anything that we haven't seen before. So if you don't want to do any of these, don't do them. But I really do hope that you found the home remedies and the stuff that we spoke about helpful. That's the most important thing for me. Thank you for watching. If you have any of your own tips as well, leave a comment below, please. I'd love to read it, and I'm sure everyone else watching this video would love to as well. As I always say at the end of every single video, always remember that you're awesome, and I will see you next week. So, in the description below, people who have had acoustic. Hey guys, thanks for watching this week's video. Make sure to click that like, follow, or subscribe button now to stay up to date with new weekly videos.